Hello everyone and welcome back to the Game Panda. Today we are playing some YuGiOh Duel Links. I haven't posted a single video about YuGiOh Duel Links in the past, but I decided might as well try it out because I have a cool deck that I would like to show you guys. It is a Exodia deck for YuGiMoto. So you're going to want to have Yugi's skill Grandpa's cards, which gives you the 5 pieces of Exodia. And then you're going to want to have a bunch of ways to fish out the pieces of Exodia from your deck. So I have 2 Sangins here to fish out the head, which is the only way I can do it with this deck, unless you want to use Countergate, but we'll get to that later. So we have 2 Sangins, which help, once again, with pulling out the head. You have 3 Emercy of the Afterlives, Legion the Fiend Jester, 2 of them, 3 Blue Dragon Summoners. So those all can either be 2 or 3 copies. I recommend at least 2. You can go 1, but it's going to be a lot harder to fish out those pieces afterwards. So the Emercy, the Jester, and the Summoner, they all help just pull out the regular pieces. And then I have Double Summon. Double Summon can be useful if it's your first turn, or if you just use Shard of Greed and you got 2 monsters. So it's got some uses, but it's not too useful. I just have 1 copy in it. You can run up to 3, which just will help you get it out faster, but I really don't see a reason to it personally. Shard of Greed. This will basically just let you draw 2 cards in 2 turns. So at one point you can draw 3 cards during your main phase, which just helps once again pulling out the cards. Same thing with Cup of Ace. If you get a heads, you're going to draw 2 cards, or you can get tails and just try and deck out your opponent. I got 2 Drowning Mirror Forces in here for defense, 2 Countergate for defense, and it lets me draw a card, so that just helps again with the drawing. Draining Shield and Wall of Disruptions for defense. I got 2 Wall of Disruptions in here. So basically, fish out Exodia pieces with the monsters, use the spell cards to summon more monsters or to draw more cards, and then use the trap cards to defend. Alright, so let's go ahead and try out a PvP battle and try and show you guys how this works. Hopefully we get a good person who has a deck that's somewhat meta right now. I'm currently playing during the Kite Tenjo event, so this guy also plays an Exodia deck because he has that. So so he's not playing an Exodia deck. It looks like he's going to be playing a Blue Eyes deck because he's got Seto Kaiba, but he has the Exodia logo plate thing, so that just means that he's played Exodia for quite a while. Alright, so this is probably the worst starting hand you could possibly get. We're going to activate Cup of Ace, trying to get some more cards. We got Tails, not too good, but then we're going to place all 3 of our trap cards, because there's really no reason not to, because I doubt he has a spell card that can just get rid of our entire back row. So, I mean, it's not gonna be too bad if that happens. Alright, so let's see what he does. He most likely has a Blue Eyes deck. And, okay, I don't think I've ever seen this in any Blue Eyes decks, but okay, so he's got a Blue Eyes deck. I take that back. Yeah, okay, so he's got a Blue Eyes deck. That is fine by me. He's going to summon his other Blue Eyes. That's fine. I'm just going to send all that straight back to his deck with my Drowning Mirror Force. Although I could play Countergate first and try and draw the card. So, honestly, I think I'm just going to go Drowning Mirror Force, get rid of all that. He thought he could take me out in one hand. He actually got a pretty good starting hand, to be honest. That is one of the best I've seen in a while. Okay, so here's our Sangin. So Sangin is going to help us get the head out. The head is honestly the hardest part to get because there's only a few ways of getting it. One through Sangin and one just through drawing it in general. While the other pieces you can get through all the monsters and the drawing, so it's a lot harder to get the head. So if you can get a Sangin in your starting hand or real soon, that just helps a lot more. Okay, so most likely, oh, he got another one? Really? Okay. That's fine. He's probably just gonna attack. We're gonna let him attack, destroy our Sangin, so that way we can get the head of Exodia. We're just gonna scroll, grab that head of Exodia. He's gonna see it, so this means now he knows that I have head of Exodia, so I'm probably gonna be fishing for all those Exodia pieces. So if he has something to stop my monster's effects or stop my trap cards, that's really the only thing that's gonna stop this deck. But otherwise, it's just a stall out deck. If you can stall your opponent long enough, you're gonna get the cards, you're gonna win. But if they can stop your trap cards for defense, and you're really unlucky and you don't have monsters like how I have for the past 2 turns, it's just going to be really bad. So personally, right now, I'm going to use... Okay, I could use Wall of Disruption. I'm going to let the Master with Blue Eyes attack, hit, and then I'm going to use my trap card on the bigger guy, Mystery Shell Dragon. Okay, we're going to use Counter Gate so that way we can draw a card. And then we got a monster, so yes, we're going to summon that. So this is just going to help us just in case if we draw another monster, then we got 2 lines of defense. That's just going to be better. Okay, so let's see. Can we draw a piece? Okay, there we go. We drew a piece. We're going to change this to defense mode, and we're literally just going to end our turn. So basically this entire deck is just play defense, and you'll have a good chance of winning. Personally, I've played a lot of PvP with this deck. Not this season, but in the past I have, and I've gotten almost all the way to King of Games one time. I think I was like 3 battles away from getting to King of Games with this. So it hasn't technically reached King of Games while I was playing with it, but I've seen other Exodia decks that have gotten to King of Games. I saw one deck that got in the top few of the Kaiba Cup. We're gonna let these blue eyes, we're gonna let the masters just attack us. That's fine. It's only 600 damage, not too much. Worst case, he's gonna get a blue eyes out there, and which I could just use Draining Shield. Once again, not that big of a deal. And we literally just need one more monster. Any monster will do, and we'll basically have this game in the bag. Alright, so he's probably going to summon a blue eyes at this point. Yeah, oh, he's got Spirit of the Blue Eyes. So this can actually be a problem, because now he's going to get rid of one of our trap cards most likely. Yeah, okay, so it was the one that I didn't want him to get rid of. So now I'm going to have some problems. So this is going to be really bad. Okay. So he's going to attack with the weaker monster. Okay, we are going to let both of those attacks go through because I still need 1 line of defense. Yeah, I need a line of defense. Because just in case if he has blue eyes, well, either way I'm going to lose at that point. So I could do this. Yeah, no, we're just going to let him attack. That's okay. There's a good chance I'm going to draw a monster or even get the piece itself. I really hope I don't get one of my spell cards. I could get another trap card, which I'm okay with. We got Sangin. There we go. That's a W right there. I'm going to let him attack. And hopefully he doesn't do any shenanigans that stop my monster's ability. Like I said earlier, if they can stop your abilities and your trap cards, this deck doesn't really work too well. Because there is a Blue Eyes deck with a card in there that's a synchro summon that basically just stops your trap cards and abilities. So it's just really bad out there occasionally. But if you have an event going on that requires some kind of, you know, like what's happening right now with the Kite Tenjo event, there's a level 50 or a level 40 at the gate. I just let YuGiOh with this Exodia deck just go in, beat his Galaxy Eyes, and then that's automatic like 4,000, 5,000 points, plus the booster gets me up to like 6,000, so it's an easy way to farm as well. But it does take some time. It's not like where you can just put it on auto, even though you can't put auto on those things. But yeah, okay, so we got the win there. Like, look here, we get like about 4,000, I think, because we get the special victories 3,000, and then we're gonna get a bunch of other stuff, so that gets us to 4,800. And then obviously if you get like a no damage victory, that's going to help as well. And then you can get other things as well. You can play glossy versions of this. So it's a good farming deck as well, not only a PvP deck. But I think now I'm going to show you guys, okay, that's fine. I'm going to show you guys where to get all these cards. So Sangin you can get from Gaia Genesis or the Volume 1 mini selection box. I recommend getting it from Gaia Genesis just because there's an easier chance of getting it. I don't really recommend using any of the selection boxes that these things can come from, because it's just going to take a lot more time, and it's going to be harder to get them. Embassy of the Afterlife you can get from Flame Tyrant along with Legion the Fiend Jester. Blue Dragon Summoner you can get from the Trader. So if you go over to the Trader, you go to regular inventories, view list, scroll down to super rares, and you're gonna see Blue Dragon Summoner right here. You're gonna get 3 of those, or 2 depending on your setup, because I have 3 embassies, 2 jesters, 3 summons. You can have any variety of that. And then double summon you're gonna get through Chaotic Compliance. You can also get it from the first volume selection box. Once again, don't recommend those. And then you're gonna get Shard of Greed from Ultimate Rising and the selection box number 1. Cup of Ace is probably going to be a card that you won't have guaranteed. So you can use any other card that does basically the same thing, that just helps you draw. You can get Cup of Ace from Sartorius, or by farming Sartorius. Drowning Mirror Force, you can get that in Gaia Genesis as well, and Volume Selection Box 2. Countergate you get through DSOD Seto Kaiba. I think it's a level up, like you get 3 of them throughout his level up. Draining Shield you get through Servants of Kings, and you also get through the Volume 1 mini box along with Wall of Disruption. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and let me know down in the comments below if you guys want to see more decks for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.